Alex Turner's drone stumbled upon a chilling secret in Shadow Gorge, something dark hidden deep within its towering cliffs. He had sent his drone soaring over the canyon, expecting to capture its stunning red and gold beauty. Instead, he found something sinister, something that was never meant to be seen. What is lurking in this secluded spot that's so urgent to keep hidden? Let us uncover what Shadow Gorge is desperately trying to hide. The secrets of the silent canyon. Hidden in a forgotten part of the world, Shadow Gorge is a canyon that few have seen and even fewer have explored. Stretching over 200 miles, this canyon cuts through the rugged landscape with steep cliffs in shades of red, orange, and gold. Shadow Gorge is not only known for its natural beauty, but also as a sacred site by local indigenous tribes. For centuries, it has been surrounded by stories of ancient civilizations and hidden treasures, considered the home of ancestral spirits. These legends, passed down through generations, add a deep sense of mystery to the stunning landscape. Despite its allure and cultural importance, Shadow Gorge remains mostly untouched by explorers. The challenging terrain and unpredictable weather keep many away, preserving its solitude. But recent technological advancements have made it easier to explore, opening a new chapter in its history. Enter Alex Turner, an experienced drone operator and adventurer, driven by a desire to uncover the unseen. Having explored remote places and documented nature's wonders, Shadow Gorge was a natural choice for him. Armed with his advanced drone, Alex set out to capture the untouched beauty of the canyon. His goal was simple: to film breathtaking aerial views of the canyon and its unique geological features. He hoped to create a documentary that would showcase the grandeur of Shadow Gorge and maybe reveal long-hidden truths. But Alex had no idea that his expedition would lead to a discovery far beyond anything he could have imagined. As Alex flew his drone through the gorge, the initial footage was nothing short of spectacular. The camera captured stunning shots of the towering cliffs, winding pathways, and the vibrant colors of the rocks. With each flight, the drone ventured deeper into the heart of the canyon, revealing layers of history etched into its walls. But the most amazing part was yet to come. But this wasn't the worst part. As he continued his exploration, the drone stumbled upon a dark area where the real surprise awaited. What Alex's drone found in that shadowy corner was not just unexpected, but also historically significant. The images sent back to his controller showed ancient artifacts and remnants of a civilization long thought to be a myth. This discovery, hidden by the natural fortress of the gorge and kept secret by time itself, was now exposed to the world. The implications of this find were huge, promising to rewrite the history books and offer a new understanding of the canyon's past inhabitants and their culture. Alex stood mesmerized by the stunning beauty of Shadow Gorge when something surprising showed up on his drone screen. Hidden in a remote corner of the canyon, partly concealed by shadows, was an unusual structure. At first, it looked like a natural rock formation, but as the drone moved closer, Alex realized it wasn't natural. The structure had straight lines and sharp angles that nature rarely creates. His heart raced with excitement. Could he have discovered something important? Maybe it was a piece of an ancient civilization. What stories could this place reveal? Full of thrill and curiosity, Alex decided to explore more. He guided the drone closer, anticipation growing with every second. Shadow Gorge still had hidden stories, waiting to be found, piecing together the ancient story of Shadow Gorge. As the drone got nearer, it became clear that the structure was man-made, built from large stones worn by time. The walls had intricate carvings of symbols and figures, telling a story. This sight was both mesmerizing and eerie, and Alex's excitement grew as he thought about the significance of his find. This wasn't just a relic, it was a glimpse into a forgotten time. The carvings suggested a culture that once thrived in the canyon. Alex wondered why such a place was abandoned and how it had remained hidden for so long. He piloted the drone deeper into the area, finding more buildings with the same style and detailed carvings. Some structures had partially collapsed, while others were impressively intact. The layout suggested it might have been a village or even a small city tucked away in the depths of Shadow Gorge. Shadow Gorge had always been a place full of mystery, with its towering cliffs and winding paths guarding many secrets. Over the years, many explorers and scholars had ventured into the canyon, each hoping to uncover its hidden stories. Their discoveries often gave fascinating insights into the history and culture of the region. In the early 20th century, a group of explorers set out to map the unexplored areas of Shadow Gorge. Armed with basic gear and a passion for discovery, they braved the rugged terrain and unpredictable weather. During their journey, they found several cave paintings showing scenes of daily life, hunting, and rituals. These paintings, believed to be thousands of years old, provided a glimpse into the lives of the canyon's earliest inhabitants. In the 1960s, an archaeological team led by Dr. Helen undertook a detailed study of these ancient artworks, uncovering the rich history hidden within the canyon. Their research added depth to the understanding of the people who once lived in this mysterious place. Carter's team explored the canyon thoroughly and found ancient burial sites with well-preserved relics like pottery, tools, and jewelry. These artifacts showed that the people of Shadow Gorge had a rich culture. The objects were recorded and analyzed, revealing the inhabitants' skills in crafting, trading, and how their society was organized. One major discovery was a large ceremonial platform made of carefully arranged stones, suggesting it was used for religious or social gatherings. This area was surrounded by smaller structures, possibly houses or storage buildings. The layout indicated a community that valued organized social and ritual activities. Shadow Gorge isn't just interesting to archaeologists. In the 1980s, geologists studied the canyon to understand its unique geological features. They found that the canyon was shaped over millions of years by tectonic forces and erosion. The rock layers told stories of ancient rivers, volcanic activity, and shifting land masses. A layer of volcanic ash in the rock, analyzed by scientists, pointed to a massive eruption over 10,000 years ago. This helped explain some of the environmental changes in the region. But that wasn't the most surprising part. In the early 2000s, biologists conducted a detailed survey of the canyon's ecosystem. They discovered several new species of plants and insects uniquely adapted to the canyon's harsh and isolated conditions. One notable find was the indigenous shadow, a rare cactus thriving in the rocky nooks of the canyon walls. This plant has special water-holding abilities and blooms brightly colored flowers that only open at night. The discovery highlighted the incredible resilience of life in extreme environments. In the 2010, anthropologists researched the histories of the local indigenous tribes and found a wealth of oral traditions and stories about the canyon. These tales, passed down through generations, spoke of sacred rituals and mythical beings believed to have lived in the gorge. Every discovery in the gorge blurs the line between past and present, discovering the city of guardians. The blend of cultural, biological, and geological discoveries makes Shadow Gorge a unique place of historical significance and natural beauty. Experts from various fields are drawn to the canyon, eager to uncover its many layers of history. Legends tell of a hidden city tucked away in a canyon built by a group called the Ancients. These stories say the city was a center of learning and spiritual practice, protected by powerful guardians. Even though there's no solid proof that the city ever existed, these tales still attract both scholars and explorers. Nowadays, advanced technology has helped us explore Shadow Gorge more deeply, uncovering structures and relics that were once hidden. High-resolution satellite images, drone surveys, and ground-penetrating radar have all helped us learn more about the canyon's past and its ancient inhabitants. A big breakthrough happened in 2018 when researchers used advanced radar technology to find a vast underground tunnel network. These tunnels were probably used for transport and storage, connecting different parts of the canyon. This shows that there was a well-organized community with impressive engineering skills. The discoveries in Shadow Gorge have led to many theories about its history. Some experts think the canyon was once a thriving community that disappeared mysteriously, while others believe that severe environmental conditions or natural disasters forced the people to leave. Some scholars think these findings are connected to other ancient cultures in the area, suggesting that the people of Shadow Gorge traded with nearby communities, sharing goods and knowledge. This idea is supported by artifacts found in the area made from materials not originally from the canyon. Interestingly, some have linked these discoveries to biblical stories, especially the tale of the lost tribes of Israel. According to the Bible, these tribes were exiled in the 8th century BCE and vanished from history. Some believe they might have moved to isolated places like Shadow Gorge to escape persecution and find safety. The advanced building techniques and artifacts found in the city might hint at a society with rich cultural roots similar to those of the Israelites. However, there's still no definitive proof connecting the city to the lost tribes, like specific inscriptions or unique artifacts. As research continues, the theories about Shadow Gorge keep changing, creating a picture of a complex society that possibly interacted with distant cultures and held deep knowledge and traditions. The ongoing exploration of this canyon not only reveals its possible historical importance, but also keeps the mystery of its origins alive. But this isn't the end of the story. With every new discovery, we get closer to understanding the true history of Shadow Gorge, and the excitement of what might be found next keeps both researchers and history buffs on their toes. No Hebrew inscriptions have been found so far. Still, there might be a link to the biblical Exodus story, where the Israelites wandered the desert for 40 years before reaching the Promised Land. Some researchers suggest that Shadow Gorge could have been a temporary stop or a safe place during their long journey. The Bible often mentions various camps and rest stops along the Israelites' path, and a hidden canyon like this would have been perfect for shelter. The idea that the Israelites might have stayed in places like Shadow Gorge fits with biblical descriptions of their travels through tough, uninhabited areas. Additionally, a ceremonial platform found in the village might be linked to religious practices mentioned in the Bible, like building altars or the tabernacle. However, we still don't have solid archaeological proof that this village was part of the Exodus. Shadow Gorge's old tales might change what we know about history. Solomon's lost trade routes. The Bible also talks about King Solomon's extensive trade networks and his search for precious resources. Shadow Gorge might have been on an ancient trade route used by Solomon's envoys to reach distant areas rich in minerals and other valuable goods. The fine quality of craftsmanship in the village's artifacts could show the influence of skilled craftsmen who traveled these routes. During King Solomon's time, there was significant trade and cultural exchange, suggesting that remote areas like Shadow Gorge could have been part of these networks. But clear evidence linking this village to Solomon's kingdom is still missing. The discovery of the village in Shadow Gorge also ties in with various local myths and legends that mirror biblical stories. These tales, passed down through generations, often mix real historical events with spiritual and supernatural elements. Local tribes have long talked about a hidden city in the canyon, built by an ancient civilization and guarded by powerful beings. This legend is similar to biblical cities of refuge, places where people could seek protection from justice or violence. The idea of a hidden city reflects the biblical theme of a safe haven, and the canyon's difficult landscape would make it an excellent place for such a sanctuary. Although we haven't found physical proof of this city, the similarities with biblical cities of refuge are striking. Some legends even say the canyon is watched over by spiritual beings or giants who safeguard the hidden riches and the profound stories within. This connects to biblical accounts of the Nephilim, or giants from the books of Genesis and Numbers, described as mighty figures from ancient times. In ancient times, people believed that the intricate carvings and ceremonial buildings in the village were tied to ancient religious practices involving worship and offerings. The Bible often mentions altars, sacred areas, and rituals dedicated to God. A recent discovery of a ceremonial platform in Shadow Gorge suggests that the local people might have engaged in similar religious practices, possibly influenced by biblical traditions. This new find in Shadow Gorge has sparked renewed interest in exploring the area further. Future expeditions, now equipped with advanced technology, aim to dig deeper into the history of this fascinating village and the canyon it lies in. Alex Turner's previous success with drones shows the potential of such technology. Upcoming expeditions will use even more advanced drones with high-resolution cameras, thermal imaging, and ground-penetrating radar. These drones will explore areas that are hard or even impossible to reach on foot, creating detailed maps and uncovering hidden structures. Ground-based archaeological teams will carry out careful excavations in the village and its surroundings. These teams will slowly and meticulously uncover artifacts, structures, and burial sites, documenting their findings in detail. Their careful work is key to building a complete picture of the village's architecture, daily life, and cultural practices. At the same time, geologists and environmental scientists will study the canyon's rock formations, climate history, and unique ecosystems. They will collect samples and perform various tests to better understand how the natural environment affected human settlement and how humans in turn change their surroundings. These scientific efforts will help us learn more about the interaction between ancient human societies and their environments, showing us how past inhabitants adapted to and transformed their landscape. Their research could also reveal unexpected connections between ancient cultures and natural changes in the environment. This comprehensive approach, combining archaeology and environmental science, will provide a richer, more detailed understanding of how people lived and thrived in this ancient village. The discoveries made here might not only tell us about the past, but also offer insights into how we can better understand our own relationship with the environment today. Amid the ruins, big questions push researchers to dig deeper. Echoes of abandonment. Researchers are investigating Shadow Gorge to determine why the village was left empty. They're examining signs of natural disasters, like earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, that might explain why the villagers left. Experts in language and culture are also trying to understand the carvings and symbols found in the village. By comparing these with other ancient writings, they hope to uncover the villagers' stories and beliefs. Scientists are using drones and digging into the ground to collect data. This information will help them create 3D models of the village and its surroundings. These digital models will let people around the world explore the village online, seeing what it looked like long ago. On their next trips, researchers will work closely with local tribes. These communities have many stories and practices passed down through generations, which are important for understanding the findings in Shadow Gorge. Respectfully working with these tribes ensures their perspectives shape the research. Shadow Gorge is large and complex, suggesting there might be more villages or settlements hidden within it. Finding these could give more insights into the ancient civilization that lived there and how they interacted with each other. A ceremonial platform found in the village suggests it had spiritual significance, hinting that future visits might uncover other sacred sites like temples or burial grounds. But this isn't the most exciting part. Ongoing digs are likely to uncover more artifacts like pottery, tools, and jewelry. These items are key to understanding everyday life back then, showing what people ate, how they traded, and how they organized their society. While the carvings and symbols give some clues, finding written records would be a major discovery, providing direct stories of the village's history and culture. Experts are not stopping there. They are investigating potential links to other ancient civilizations, like the Phoenicians or Israelites. These connections could reveal more about trade routes, cultural exchanges, and political dynamics of that era. The geology and environment of the area are also being studied to understand how past climates and natural disasters impacted the people who lived there. This could explain why the villagers moved or changed their way of living. Researchers are also interested in the social structure and daily life of the villagers. By analyzing the layout of the village and the placement of different buildings, they hope to learn how the society was organized. Were there leaders or specific social classes? How did they make decisions and manage resources? These questions are crucial for painting a complete picture of the village's past. Upcoming explorations will also focus on the natural resources available to the villagers. Understanding what plants and animals were present can give clues about their diet and agricultural practices. Researchers hope to find evidence of farming, hunting, and gathering activities, which will shed light on how the villagers sustained themselves. There might be evidence of ancient technologies used by the villagers, tools, construction techniques, and possibly even early forms of machinery could be found. These discoveries would not only reveal the ingenuity of the villagers, but also how they adapted to their environment and solved everyday problems. What chilling discovery could change everything we thought we knew about Shadow Gorge? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more,